Okay, I took a smoke break, so you're probably going to see smoke. Okay. So, oh, and also a lot of people sew their material, and the backs back here, they sew them down so that they're like the whole quilt to be like super thin. I don't do that. Also, they wash their material before they sew, and I don't do that either because I want the whole thing to shrink all at once. I don't want to wash my material, put the back on it, and it not come out the same. But I don't iron these down because I like the fluffiness that it gives the whole quilt overall. I ironed them down one time and my quilt came out like super thin, like a summer quilt. I don't like that because eventually it's going to end up that way anyways, but at least with these all fat and pushing onto the material, it takes a while for it to get there. Okay, let me find my bottom. Okay. Now, doing these, and since how it's a quilt to where nothing really matches, it doesn't matter how you put your bottoms on. But these have, I bought this already, these squares pre-cut, and it was in one bundle. And they came with whatever set these kids are. There's like a puppy on that one with this clown, and then there's this girl, and then there's a boy on another one. But pretty much every square has at least one of these on there. So I'm kind of matching them up to where the squares of the kids, the kid squares I call them, aren't really together. The rest of them I don't care, but I don't want them anywhere. Like this one right here is red, so I don't want this red one that close to it. So I try and find another one. Cool. This one doesn't have a thing on it at all. Okay, now. And this right here is the reason why I said that you have to sew, you have to make sure whenever you're making your rows that you're sewing these the same length, every single one, so that you can match your row up. That one that I did, like it started right here and then it ended, let me bring this up, like right here. So I had to completely undo the whole thing. And just like with the others, front to front. Get these out of the way. Turn this around. So you have your front to front. And whenever you get done with it, after you've sewed it together, it'll fold out like it's supposed to. Now, doing these, you have your line right here where the two materials came together, line right here where the two materials come together. You line those up. It'll fit together. And then, like, this side folds out this way. This side folds out the other way. That's how I do it. And then just kind of squeeze it together a little bit. Rub it together. That way they match. Pin. I do thumb space. Pin it together. And then that'll hold it together. There's your pin. I know this is kind of hard to see. There's no other light I can bring in here. So just pin it together and then make sure that's even. Pin this down. And you're going to do that all the way down. Now, let me pin this together and then I'll show you. I know there's one up here. Where you be? Okay. Like, right here. Okay. Yeah. See how those are together? Line. That's not. There's one down here that's really bad. Oh, right here. See how far off that is? Like, here's the line right here. It should be like going down this way. But there's the line right there. That's why it's very important that you have the same length whenever you're sewing these together. Which is probably why a whole bunch of people use a machine, but like I told you, I don't like machines because that, to me, that's no different than just going to the store and buying one. Okay, now like, this is a little bit off right here. Here's the line right here. Here's the line right here. I still squeeze them together. It'll be a little bit fat right here. I sew it together and 9 times out of 10 you can't even tell. One quilt I did, it pleated. The quilt was all the same color, so it really didn't distract from anything look-wise on the quilt. But as long as you... And I for damn sure wasn't going to redo it because there was so much that was already done. And I was like, no. So I just pleated it. Squeeze the material. Like I'll sew and then rub the material to where the extra is. And then just hold my finger in front of it and then just sew. So it does fine. Okay, now. For... I should have done this before I started recording again. Okay, now on the little pumps right here, I'll show you what I do and then that'll be it. I mean, that's really all there is to doing a quilt. Basic quilt. Not a... the one with the triangles and wedding rings and stuff like that. Okay. This will be the last time I actually work with material like this because, holy crap, it's hard to see through that. And now, all this thread right here is all up in my way. I don't know. Never really seen a whole bunch of people do a back stitch on one quilt that I did. Like, I'll go behind here, but I'll only go like that far apart on the back part, and then about that far apart going through. That way they're kind of close together. On one quilt that I did, I was in a hurry to get it done, so I was doing them like that far apart from needle to the next point of going up. I didn't really see where it made it that much of a difference, but I still keep them pretty close together. I wish I had better lighting. That way you could see better. Okay, knot it up again. And a lot of times whenever I'm bringing it up this way, I'll twist it to get the thread back to normal, because it'll twist up. Okay, now we're getting close to that deal. What I do is, whenever I get right here to this, which is the two seams coming together, I will, ow, I poked myself, come up, and then go behind, and then go completely over to the other side. So you have this side, and then over here, this side of the little hump thing. And then go right here on this side. You can kind of feel where it's coming together right there. And then on the other side, come up as close as I can to that. That way the back stitch brings those two sides together. So it's like that long. And then I pull really tight. Hold my thumb there, pull. Come up behind it. Start off my new one so it doesn't loosen up. And then pull out your needle. That's holding it together. I leave that one in until I'm all the way done. And that's it. If you're having a really hard time seeing this, just let me know. And if you have any questions, just hit me up on Facebook. And I'll get into more detail as I can without you actually seeing it. But that's it. That's all there is to making a quilt. The batting and the backing, it's probably not going to take me that long to do this, but if you want me to show you how to do that too, then just let me know and then we'll do a whole nother one for you. Okay, bye.